Welcome everybody to Astrorisa Moon Talk Radio. It is another full moon time. So it's time to talk about what is going on today, August 10th, 2014. We have a full moon officially occurring at 2:10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time today. So we have this moon in the sign of Aquarius. It's 18 degrees. It's in house 3, and also the sun is 18 degrees in Leo, and that's in house 9. So we're working with houses 9 and 3 with this moon time, and of course, everything else that is involved with that. So we have some planetary energies that are going on, and I won't go into all of those. You want to subscribe to our moon loft to get all that good information. But we are going to talk about how these energies are playing themselves out with this moon time. I want to also let you know that this moon forecast is ranging from a few days prior to the moon time and continues until approximately September 6th. So if you got the forecast, you know we talked about this moon time is referring to losses. But there's many types and forms of losses. This moon time is not speaking about a weak moon time or moon energy, which would then afford one to have weakness and losses in that sense. When we talk about losses with this moon time, we're talking more about the fact that we are not taking an active role in doing what we need to do to receive all the abundance and blessings that we need. So it means then that there is abundance during this moon time. We just have to go out there and get it. And we're going to go back and talk about that. But let's first just mention what these proverbs are. So the proverbs are going with the energies of this moon time. We have the proverb of if you offend, ask for forgiveness, and if offended, forgive. And that is a proverb for this moon time because prior to this moon time, because again, this forecast is always dealing with a few days prior, building up. The peak is the actual due date of the moon, new and full, and then it begins to dissipate again, dissolving, dissipating, effective approximately September 6th. So it has its low, it begins to peak, it hits a zenith, and then it begins to dissipate and dissolve. So prior to, let's say maybe about 8 to 10 days prior to this moon time, many of you have been going through situations where people have gotten their feelings hurt, they've offended others, and or vice versa. We don't want to hold on to grudges, get it out, put it on the table, and move forward because you don't want anything getting in the way of you progressing, moving forward. You might need to deal with that person and you're not being able to efficiently, effectively because there are grudges there. So that is why the African proverb, if you offend, ask for forgiveness, and if offended, forgive. We want to move forward. We don't want our egos in the way. Also, it talks about a person is judged by the work of their hands. So this means then this is a moon time where we have to put in some work. We have to put in some work. It's not about position or title and all of that. It's about putting in the work. So let's take off our crowns. As we know, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is that Sango energy, and put it up where it needs to be. And right now, just get to work. Get to work. The crown is already yours. You know that. So you don't have to prove anything to anybody except to yourself. Just go ahead and put the work in. So let's now go through this moon forecast. This moon time's lunar pull began near the ending of July, so we're talking more like July 31st, something of that nature. And it's building momentum and peaking during this full moon. It is again an Aquarius moon, so we're saying Oshupati Shango type moon energy. And it is a time when a lot of people will feel a need to become very observant. One likes to delve into the matter of things. And so this moon time is speaking about us looking at what's going on in our life and also applying correct order to it. So if you've been doing some kind of work for yourself and for others and it's just not panning out the way that you wanted it to, then that means that you have to reevaluate once again, look deeper at what's going on, and then go ahead and change the way you're doing it. So this is about our collective consciousness again being illuminated to reveal something that needs attention. And this time we need to review particular thoughts and behaviors and patterns and beliefs and desires. So also with this moon time, with that 9 house, it's dealing with our philosophies. So a lot of our opinions and philosophies are going to have to be reevaluated. We're going to have to put some things in check and in order with that. So when this moon time here marked a moment for our collective consciousness, previously it marked a time. Let's go back. It marked a time previously, like around July 12th. That moon time marked a moment when our collective consciousness was experiencing a tearing within the fabric of its own reality. So we went through a period on a collective level, many different forms of it manifesting, where we were saying, hey, you know, what I thought was real, what I thought was solid, got shaken up. It got shook up. So this is not how I thought things were performing or to be. I didn't think people were this way. I didn't think that was that way. Whatever it was, we had a shake up moment. Okay, so we're moving forward from that. We had some revelations, and now we have to go and deal more internally about like our own philosophies, our own thoughts, and our own expectations, and where do we want to go with that during this moving forward. And we have now this moon time to deal with that. If you go to our webpage, www.AstrorisaMoon.com, you do see the first part of the messages that I am going over now, but we're going to go into this a little deeper. So with the first moon message is talking about there are themes that are being played out now that's surrounding moral development, and that a lot is stemming from the previous moon times that we've experienced in the last month or two. Okay, so now we have to, again, delve deep and look at things at a more lofty perspective. Or maybe not. But each person has to look at something going on in their lives. There's a lot of inner turmoil, but also a lot of inner conversation going on with people as far as what the little voice that never lies to you, your head, your consciousness, whatever name you want to give it, the God voice, whatever name you want to give it. A lot of us are having that internal dialogue right now, and we're really trying to sift through and figure things out. Also, with this moon time, a lot of elders may be giving people some of their experiences, some of their life lessons, and just sharing how to, and possibly saying, well, maybe think about it this way as opposed to that way. So it's time to really connect with that eldership and connect with just a more mature aspect of how we're going to work things through. This is a fix it type moon time, as we are dealing with a fixed type energy with this Aquarius energy. So we are working on what are we going to fix. This, however, is a moon time where we are gathering the fruits of our set labor. So, again, This moon time is more of, it's like a karmic moon. I understand it's a super moon as well. So it's saying, okay, what we did, thought, said in the past couple of months, we're now having to basically sow those seeds, and we are gathering the fruits of our past labor. And so if we don't like the fruit that's in our basket per se, then we need to go ahead and change up what we're planting, especially when we move into the upcoming new moon. What new seeds will you plant? Because if you don't like the way you planted your previous seeds, and we are now in a place of fulfillment, then go ahead and look deep into how you're going to change things up in your life moving forward. This is a moon time with a mode or modality of work to save yourself. So this is very much about you. Though it is a full moon, and full moons are dealing with our um, dealing with groups. This is very much about, if you're going to be successful in working with groups, then you want to go ahead and be successful with dealing with yourself. So, leading up to this moon time, some people also have experienced situations. Again, I'm talking about not producing the fullest capacity that they want. So, I'm kind of reiterating what I've just said. Use this moon time, okay, to change things up. Some of you are feeling a bit frustrated. This moon time can produce a lot of frustration, just internal frustration. You may not even be sharing that with other people, but it's there because you may feel like you are attempting to gather water with a sieve, and we know that does not work because it has a lot of holes in it. So that means then that all this arduous work that you're doing, it feels like it's not going anywhere. And this moon time is saying, hey, the abundance is there, the opportunity is there. It just means that you're just, the way you're perceiving it and the way you're going about it just needs to be reinvented. So use this moon time to innovatively create a solution so that your frustration can be either minimized or removed. Also, with this moon time, we talk about losses. Remember, I just mentioned losses in the beginning of our conversation, and the loss again has nothing to do with this moon time being a weak moon. It's not a weak energy. Actually, it's saying what you need is right at the door. It's on the other side of that door. The weakness, or I should say the lost energy, really deals with us. It deals with either us having a lack of support and or resources. Now, the support is there. It's just about, you have to go make it happen. You have to go out there. You have to do what you have to do. You have to gather your resources. This is a moon time that says you can't just sit there and wait for something to occur, something to happen and fall out the sky into your lap. You have to go out there and get it. That's what this is about. So if you're not going out there and getting, if you're not making the changes that you need to make, then you're going to continuously feel the frustration and the losses. This is also a moon time that marks a time to work to absolve oneself of past decisions. So again, when we talk about, if you're offended, ask for forgiveness. If you've offended, forgive, and so on and so forth. Because you have to go out there and you have to go get whatever it is you need. So work to absolve yourself of any past decisions. This is a good moon time to do that. This again, I'm not trying to sound repetitious, but this moon time is also again dealing with us needing to change our beliefs. Very much so, because those beliefs, those opinions that we've created, a lot of them are also part of the reason why we're having conflict with other people and associates. I mean, this is falling into then the house 3, because you're dealing with other people. It's about how you communicate. It's about people that are close to you, not necessarily just your friends or family, but someone you're in close proximity to that you're having to deal with. And so we have to really be careful about what we're saying and our beliefs. Go ahead and talk about it. Get the truth of the matter, because you might be prejudging or judging falsely. And so this is also the message about this moon time. Very good to, again, we're fixing something. During this moon time, we can encounter people that are going to somewhat abuse. I don't want to use the word abuse. Let's say that they're going to just be inconsiderate. This moon time, again, can bring out some inconsiderate people, especially when it comes to your work. So if you're doing a lot of work for someone and they don't want to pay you, or they want to just give you a little bit of money, these type of things can happen during this moon time. Again, remember, this moon time, it's not just about this today and the next day or so on. It's about this energy playing itself out until approximately September 6th. Okay, it should die out and minimize around that time. So, if you're doing work for anybody, make sure they pay you up front before you start the work. This is a time to really honor yourself. And so if you've been letting people slide, if you've been letting people walk over you, if you haven't been getting your due reward, that's because you've been allowing that to happen. This moon time is saying, what is it that you're doing or not doing to get your blessing? So if you, again, if you're allowing people to do that to you, they're going to do it. But this moon time is saying, don't do that anymore. Take a stance. You are worthy, and you are worthy, and you are eligible, and you have worked hard for something. So get the rewards of that. And so with this moon time, I just want to say I'm glad that we got a chance to just chit chat again about the moon time. We do have maneuvers on how to work through the moon. I won't go through each and every one of them. I will say that with this kind of energy of loss, you want to do something ritualistically to turn the tides on that. So if this is an energy of I'm not giving enough, or I'm not allowing enough to come to me, then change that. Make the first move. Give something away, not something that you worked hard for, but give something away. If you are experiencing this type of energy of loss, is not like a regular weak energy. So this is like, okay, I'm going to give a gift. And in giving the gift, you are activating the spirit of reciprocity. And so something can come back to you as well. This is definitely a moon time you want to avoid gossiping and slandering another. This is a moon time when we really have to be careful of what we're saying to other people, and what we're putting out there. Okay, let's be very, it's a time to be very mature. This is a very mature moon time. Okay, so again, thank you for chiming in and listening to Astrorisa Moon Talk Radio. Remember, this is not just astrology, but this is also Risha Negungun speaking, okay? So we want to always say Mafetaful, we give honor to those energies, the ancestors and Orisha that are sharing these messages with us and doing it with the pinpointing of each moon time cycles. It's all about cycles. Know the cycles. So to know your truest self, remember, follow the moon, and we'll check in with you next time when the moon is full. Have a good day.